A few days ago, I was contacted by a friend of mine called Jack Pringle. And I just want to say, for reasons I don't understand, the name Jack Pringle puts me in mind of a rather low-rent secret agent. If you can't afford James Bond, get Jack Pringle. He hasn't got a licence to kill, but he'll give him a fucking good slap for you. And he said, have you thought about doing a video about the French? And I was somewhat taken aback, because I am a proud Englishman. So why would I waste my time on my drive home from work making fun of our cousins from across the channel? That's the English channel. It would not cross my mind to think that the French are a nation of work-shy peasants and communists. Nor would I think that they are cowardly, garlic-munching surrender monkeys. I would never think that every Frenchman is a perverted sexual deviant, and I would never say out loud that the only time the French have ever made an effort is if it involves cruelty to animals or collaborating with the Nazis. But then Jack clarified by messaging, no, I meant about how rude the French are, and I said, yeah, fuck it, right, I'm up for that. Because the French are spectacular when it comes to bad manners. And I'm saying that not based on every French person has got bad manners, because I haven't met all of them, just everyone that I've ever met. And Jack gave me a few examples of his own. Now, he's a student, and at his university, he was at the gym, and some young frog was opposite him, and Jack said, could you pass me that, please? And the Frenchman just stared at him. So he kept asking, could you pass me that, getting more and more agitated until he lost his temper, at which point the Frenchman said, I could not understand you. That's my French accent. And if you don't understand someone, say so straight away. Don't wait for them to blow their fucking stack. Although I have to say, I do have some sympathy with this French guy, because my friend Jack is from Northern Ireland. And if English is your second language, you're going to have a hell of a time trying to understand that accent. If English is your first language, you might struggle. And I say that, and Mrs. Disgruntled is from Belfast. To try and give you an idea of it, the first time you go to Northern Ireland, it's like the country is inhabited entirely by ventriloquists who've all got clinical depression. And I say that because to get the accent, there's very little movement of the mouth, and the tone is always, no matter how happy they are, like the dog's just been run over. I'll have a go. It's, I just won the national lottery. It's the greatest day of my life. I'm ecstatic, it is, so it is. And apologies if you are from Northern Ireland, that was terrible, but it is always very little movement, and put it is so it is on the end. I've been married to my wife for 4 years. I've not got a fucking clue what that phrase means. But then Jack gave me another example, which is, he smiled at a Frenchman, and the Frenchman shook his head and walked off, and that's a perfect example of that dismissive French attitude. There is a recognised condition called Paris syndrome, which Japanese tourists often suffer from, and that is, they've gone to this city of culture, and the French are so rude, Japanese tourists can be hospitalised by it. Imagine that, being so blunt you put someone in hospital just with your manner. And I've spent a long time laying into American tourists, and some of them are truly ghastly. But what I will say is that when I've been to America, everyone there is your best friend. It's the friendliest country I've been to, whereas the French are just as rude at home as they are on holiday. Now, I went to Orlando a few years ago, went to Disney World, and there everyone was my best friend. I ask any question, it would be, oh certainly sir, is there anything else I can help you with today? Do you want to come back and have sex with my wife while I watch? They're that friendly. And I'd love to go to Disneyland Paris, because it's impossible that anyone has replicated that experience. The French can't be that polite. Imagine it, just, have a nice day. He doesn't give a fuck! Of course he does, it makes no difference to him. When the kids queue up to see Donald Duck, I bet when they get there he's not even wearing his head. He just sat there smoking, telling them to fuck off in French. I think that's enculé. Don't quote me on that. If fuck off is enculé, then that shows you how good my education was. And when Mrs. Disgruntled and I go on holiday, the major destinations in Europe, if we're not going to the States, obviously you've got the United Kingdom, which is the best, but we already live there. But if you're from outside the UK, come on holiday. In fact, after Brexit, please come and spend your money here. We're going to fucking need it. Then you've got Portugal, Spain, Italy and France. And I don't go to Portugal because the people I know from England who go to Portugal all wear football shirts. And I don't go to Spain because Spain is where people who can't afford to go to Portugal go. So we always go to Italy. And the reason we go to Italy rather than France is full of the French.